Now we're going to move into our closing statements. You will each have 2 minutes. We're going to reverse the order of which we had the opening statements. We'll start with District 1, which will be Mr. Castillo, followed by Mr. Leimgruber. Then we will move on, and then District 5, and then District 1 we will move, and we will start with Mr. Romero, followed by Mr. Renison. Mr. Castillo, you have 2 minutes.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to a re-election, serving another 4 years. I'm asking for your vote. It's been a real challenge these past 4 years in getting all these projects approved. We're halfway there, but we're not quite done yet. The memorandum of understanding with Imperial Irrigation District and the County Board of Supervisors, I think was a good start. And it's in 2017 when the water transfer occurs, or additional water transfers occurs. It's going to less water go into the Salton Sea. Then that's when we're going to start to see the impacts to our environment. So we need to work on that. But as I mentioned earlier, it's so important that we continue with this renewable energy projects that we have going in this county. As Mr. Renison mentioned, in 2016, they're going to end. So we need to get as much of it done as possible. In the end, ag lands, we're looking at maybe, as I mentioned, maybe 15,000 acres of ag lands converted to solar. But in 2017, this IAD has to have our farmers fallow 25,000 acres. 25,000 acres of lands that are going to go idle. So at least let us receive some of those renewable solar facilities, lands that will not require water, and hopefully we'll be able to get the credits for some of those lands as fallow lands. But altogether is working to bring industry, working to bring new jobs, bring investors to this county. We have a beef plant that's sitting idle there. It would be nice if we could bring an investor to reopen it and revive our cattle industry in this county. The MTC facility expansion, eventually expanded to hire all the other ICE detention officers that are left without jobs. So it's all about creating jobs in this county.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Leimgruber.
Again, I'd like to just thank the audience here for coming out this evening. Very important election coming up November 4th. Again, 3 persons are out of the 6 here that spoke this evening are going to be your representative. And I ask the question again, on this card that I have presented, the honesty, the leadership, the experience, and the accessibility. Is this the type of qualifications that you're looking for as a BOS member? Earlier we had talked about the economic challenges that we are faced with here locally, and I asked the question again, how important is it for this valley to have representatives there at these National Association of County meetings? I think you need to ask each one of these members up here, how much time are you going to spend back there lobbying for this county? What type of monies are you going to bring in here? Between in 1999, when I first started serving on the board, to 2010, there was over $22 million brought into this county. We brought from 75% of our PILT funding all the way up to 100%. And now this year, they're talking about actually reducing that funding. Imperial County receives one of the highest appropriations of payment in lieu of taxes, which are derived from federal leases from either gas or oil. And those monies come in here with basically no strings attached, and we're able to provide the public safety that all of the public lands that are required. Look at the amount of staffing that the sheriff office has to provide, the local fire department. All of these outlying areas have to have these monies coming in here. If not, it's going to impact our county general fund. So these are the priorities. Let's get our roads in shape so we can bring in investors so they can say, hey, this county takes care of business and we're willing to locate here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Moving on, Mr. Romero.
Okay. All right. If elected as supervisor as District 1, know that I will support with continued fiscal responsibility, tighten the belt when it's a must, and loosen it when it can. seek economic growth through diversity by future investors through different types of employment, some jobs better paying than others, helps keep our children working here, living here. I will be a strong advocate for our farmers to have the farmable land that they need to grow their crops. Push for future investors, push for solar farms but not on fertile soils. Establish closer ties with Mexicali so investors can envision that this region is a better place to do business. There are some programs in county that have not been tapped to improve our way of life. I will seek to tap into them, beginning with the resources that are available for our youth and our senior community. During my 30+ years in international trade, I expanded my network and understanding of my national concerns along the border by dealing with movers and shakers from the south side of the border. With a united approach, we can improve our way of life. I stand for our community, Calexico to Winter Haven and the rest of the Imperial County. I am interviewing for this job. You are my bosses. I seek your voice so I can do the job. Any and all successful accomplishments will be for your benefit. On November 4th, please vote Daniel F. Romero. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Renison.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for KXO. Thanks for everybody missing their nightly news or whatever they're missing here tonight. But this has been great. John Renison stands for collegiality, cooperation. I'm a communicator. I've been known for that for many, many years on both sides of the border, both in Spanish and English. Reliable, accessible. I return phone calls, and that's so key in this political, scene. People tell me all the time, people get elected, they forget who you are, they don't return your phone call. That's not me. And those of you who know me know that I stand by accessibility and reliability. I support the Farm Bureau's positions on taking a strong look at any other renewable energy projects, the solar going on high quality land. Obviously, I'm very, very opposed to that. I support a call center for Calexico. IBEDC just recently did a study about a call center for Calexico, bringing over 400 jobs to the area, and I'm staying on top of that project. I also support doing something with National Beef, contrary to the popular belief that that facility will never be used again because the parent company doesn't want to sell it for reasons of the fact they don't want any competition. But there are ways of working with that facility and making it functional once again and creating hundreds of jobs. The east of 98 of Calexico metropolitan facility that just opened up yesterday, and there was nothing in the news about that, by the way, but it did open up yesterday, and that place will be doubled in size within 2 to 3 more years. They are already negotiating with the federal government to allow additional detainees to be held there, and that's in the Calexico, basically, sphere of influence, but more importantly, we're county supervisors. We have to fight for the entire county, and I will continue to fight for better county roads like we've done Carr Road, Barbara Worth Road just to enter Calexico, and Anza Road, the bridge there. It'll take us another year or two to realign that. And finally, we're working with the city of Calexico to expand Anza, Hammers,
Thank you.
and I forget what else. Thank you.
Thank you.